influenza which has been associated with significant morbidity and mortality in our country. We'll be talking about the evolution and the revolution of influenza vaccines. We'll be talking about the illness per se, the current recommendations in the use of vaccine use, the evolution of the influenza vaccine, and the revolution that the launch of the first VLP influenza vaccine. Influenza or the flu, it is an acute respiratory illness caused by influenza virus affecting the nose, the throat and the lungs. It is highly contagious in nature and rapidly spread from person to person. Influenza virus is a single-stranded RNA virus belonging to the family of Orthomyxoviridae. It has three types, type A, type B and type C. Structurally, it is made up of the lipid bilayer, which has the two surface antigens, which are very important in its pathogenicity, the hemagglutinin and neuraminidase. This hemagglutinin or HA has 16 types, H1 to H16, and neuraminidase has 9 types, N1 to N9. It's the H and N antigens of influenza virus. A virus will change every year, and hence the introduction of a new strain of influenza vaccine every year and the requirement for yearly dosing. There are three types of viruses, the type A, type B and the type C influenza viruses, of which influenza A and B are responsible for seasonal epidemics. The A virus can affect the humans, the animals and birds, and it is responsible for the annual epidemics and pandemics. It is classified into different subtypes depending upon the glycoprotein on the surface. Infection in human is typically caused by viruses H1, H2 or H3 and N1 or N2. Influenza B virus is responsible only for the annual epidemics but not the pandemics. It is classified into two distinct lineages, Yamagata and Victoria. And influenza C virus is the precursor for mild respiratory illnesses. Current vaccines do not protect against type C virus. Influenza spread occurs in seasonal patterns. In the northern hemisphere, it is much more seen in November to March. In the southern hemisphere, it is seen in April to September. While in tropical countries, example India, it has a year-round activity. It's a highly contagious respiratory illness which has annual seasonal epidemics during winter months in temperate countries and year-round in tropics. The pandemics may occur during any season and may include multiple waves lasting for more than a year in total. Approximately 5 to 20% of population is infected with influenza virus every year. Spread, as I said, could be direct contamination through respiratory droplet infections by coughing or sneezing, or indirectly by touching. People may catch flu by touching their mouth or nose after touching something with a virus on it, such as a doorknob, tables or an infected person's dirty hand. Hence, the use of sanitizers is very important for a person who has got flu. Clinically, it might present as fever, headache, dry cough, sore throat or muscle ache. It might progress in certain cases to cause bacterial pneumonias, otitis media, sinusitis or dehydration, and also cause worsening of the underlying medical conditions such as COPD, asthma or diabetes or cardiac conditions. Thus, influenza is not a simple illness but a serious illness. This is basically the data of the number of people who have died because of influenza over the past century. Like in 1918 to 2020 to 100 million people died due to H1N1 in the Spanish flu. And of latest, with so much of medical facilities available, we have still recorded almost 18,000 deaths in the year 2009 to 2010 due to H1N1. Influenza is a potentially fatal illness. Who should receive seasonal influenza vaccine? According to the CDC criteria, any person over the age of 6 months, even healthy, should receive the influenza vaccine. According to WHO, people at high risk of influenza, such as adults, including pregnant women and children with chronic conditions like asthma, COPD or any chronic conditions, cardiovascular diseases such as heart failure, coronary artery diseases, diabetes, cancers, people with chronic liver disease, chronic renal diseases, and even above the age of 65 years, immunocompromised hosts, and children from 6 months to 59 months. We are a country of around 120 million people, but the usage of vaccine is not more than 1 million to 2 million. So there is a gross deficit of the use of vaccine in a disease which is completely preventable if all of us do get vaccinated with such a vaccine. WHO also recommends the use of vaccine for people capable of transmitting influenza to those at high risk of complications, that is the healthcare workers or us. It is required in us both to prevent the sickness and also to prevent spread to patients. Women at all stages of pregnancy, breastfeeding mothers, and household contacts of people who are in the high risk group. In the Indian scenario, seasonal influenza vaccine is not included in the universal immunization program. The Geriatric Society of India recommends it in the elderly population. The Gynec Society basically recommends it in pregnant women more than 26 weeks of gestation. The recommendation of Ministry of Health and Family Welfare is for healthcare workers. And according to the Indian Association Academy of Pediatrics, all children with risk factors and wherever the vaccine is desired or requested by the parents. Now, why do we vaccinate? It does not mean that people are not going to get the flu. People are still going to get the flu if you are going to vaccinate them, but it will reduce the likelihood of developing an influenza-related illness which requires a medical visit by 60%. It will reduce the severity of disease in those who develop influenza, and it will also reduce the likelihood of transmitting infections. It reduces the possibility of pneumonia by around 60%. The hospitalization rates are down by 50 to 70%, and influenza-related deaths are down by 75 to 80%. So a disease which can be significantly controlled by vaccines, why not use the vaccine? The evolution. The type A virus was first isolated in 1933, with the first vaccine being developed in 1938, which was the monovalent influenza A vaccine. In 1940, the type B virus was isolated and a bivalent vaccine was introduced in 1942. And in 1978, the first trivalent vaccine with 2 strains of influenza A and 1 influenza B was introduced. Initially, it were all egg-based vaccines, which then developed to a cell culture-based vaccines in Europe in 2007, and then the insect cell culture vaccine, which was approved by US FDA in 2013. The revolution which has come in the development of vaccine is the recombinant cell culture technology. What it does is it is not vulnerable to variations in egg supply, and it involves construction of the VLP. VLP are the nano-sized particles which mimic the external structure of the virus, but lacks the intact genetic material. As a result, it does not cause the influenza infection. The advantage is it is more rapidly adaptable to producing new strains depending upon the circulating strains of virus, and it's a proven technology in the use of VLP in hepatitis B and HPV vaccines. So what happens over here is genetic sequencing and encoding of the vaccine antigens are done, and genes are basically introduced into the baculovirus. This is further infects the insect cells, the SF9 with baculovirus, and VLP are basically produced with bud from the cell membrane. They are concentrated and purified and then used as a vaccine. Structurally, it is the same structure as the influenza virus, containing the H, N surface antigens and the M1 matrix protein, but it does not have any genetic material and is non-infectious. Advantages: it can be designed to match the circulating strains, easily production can be scaled up, does not depend upon the egg as a source of supply. The time from strain selection to product release is 10 to 12 weeks compared to the egg-based vaccine, which is almost 7 to 8 months. It is less labor intensive, and the most important part is it can be given to people who are egg allergic. It's basically a conglomeration of Cadila Pharmaceuticals along with Novavax, which have basically developed a 2 VLP-based vaccine. One is the H1N1 vaccine, which has been approved by the DCGI, and the second one is the trivalent seasonal influenza vaccine, which is under approval, in the process of approval. So here is the first seasonal influenza vaccine, which is the Cadiflu S. It is basically, as I already spoke, collaborative development between Novavax and Cadila, and Novavax has also been awarded the title of Life Science Firm of the year 2015. It is basically a single dose vial, 0.5 ml, basically to be consisting of 3 strains, H1N1, H3N2 and type B strain, containing the hemagglutinin, neuraminidase and the matrix protein, but it is non-infective. And it is 0.5 ml, which is basically delivered intramuscularly in the deltoid. Immunogenicity of the vaccine was evaluated in 450 healthy Indian populations, and the hemagglutinin antibody titers were measured at day 0 and day 21. And what we found were basically HAI titers of more than 40 in more than 70% of the vaccines for all 3 strains, which is important to show its seroprotection rate. The seroconversions were also seen at day 21, which matches the international criteria and requirements. Thus, advantages over an egg-based vaccine, it can be safely used in patients with egg allergy, ensures exact genetic match to circulating strains, and rapid production in 10 to 12 weeks compared to 7 to 8 months for egg-based vaccines. Unlike the LAIV, that is a live attenuated influenza vaccine, does not contain intact viral genetic material, so non-infectious, hence can be used in patients who are immunocompromised, patients with underlying respiratory diseases like asthma, COPD or diabetes. It is recommended for active immunization of adults against diseases caused by seasonal influenza virus, subtypes A and type B contained in the vaccine. Administration is intramuscular injection of 0.5 ml frequency once per year. It is safe and well tolerated by most of the individuals. Common side effects would be headaches, nasal congestions, or sore throat or muscle cramps. Efficacy and safety in children and pregnant women is not yet established. Like other vaccines, safety precautions need to be taken in severe illness or people who have had a Guillain-Barré syndrome in the past 6 weeks or any severe allergic reaction to any component of the vaccine. So thus we have a recombinant trivalent seasonal influenza vaccine with BLP technology, which can be easily produced, can be matched to the requirement of the circulating strain, can be given in allergic patients or egg allergic patients. It is very well tolerated by most of the patients. Thank you.